in my hands, I hold a DSLR and I hold a mobile phone. Now, you're probably thinking in your mind, okay, where's he going with this? Well, let's talk about that for a little bit, because mobile photography is something that everyone has access to. And this is something that us photographers use all the time. Like, I use this thing probably on a weekly basis. You know, I love this camera, but I also use this on a weekly basis, and this is always with me. Now, this can easily slide into my pocket. This I can't really put in my pocket because it's just bulky, and yeah, we've already been over that kind of stuff before. So when it comes down to it, mobile photography can be a way that you, as an individual who is trying to improve their skill as a photographer, can do so. You know, because like I said, we always have these on us. You know, you could be driving down the road. Like, I've had this happen several times where I was driving down the road and I saw a killer sunset, and so I had to just pull over to the side, pull out my phone, roll down the window, or even just get out of my car and just take some shots of the sunset. Now, were they amazing masterpiece shots that I could blow up into like a 24x36 frame? No, they weren't. But they were cool enough to me that I could even, you know, feel good about editing them on my phone, actually, and then sharing them via Instagram, because Instagram, great announcement if you haven't heard, is going back to, you know, letting people really show off their photography and their photos, which I was so elated when I heard that. So there's a lot of things about mobile photography that I love. I love the fact that, like, you know, you have such a great genre, like, especially, here's one great thing. See, this is portrait mode. Now, if you wanted to get some, like, let's say you wanted to update your Facebook page or your dating profile picture, well, portrait mode gives you that chance. Now, with that, you can edit it, and there's a great app that I use called Lightroom. You probably think Lightroom on the computer, but they also have a mobile version of it on your phone. But then on top of that, like, you have the panoramic view, where if you wanted to take an amazing sunset, but you didn't feel like you could get the whole thing, you could just use the panoramic mode and just take the whole thing. And it will tell you to either speed up or slow down, which is amazing. Now, again, will this replace this? Not by a long shot. I'm going to be completely honest with you. As much as I love my phone, I will always go back to this. If I'm wanting to do a professional photo shoot, I will always make sure I have this, and I have a charged battery, and I have all my gear, because it's just makes sense to me, right? Like, I mean, let me just set this stuff down for a sec. Come close. If someone was to show up, like, let's say if you're getting married, or if someone you know is getting married, and you were in charge of, like, hiring the photographer, how would you feel if someone showed up to the wedding, you know, this day that's gonna be filled with full of memories? They showed up with this, and you're like, "Where's your camera?" And I got my camera right here. What would you say to them? I asked this very question to my mom, actually, and she said, "Well, then you're not a photographer." And she said that she would tell the person that they are not a photographer, and that she basically was kind of hinting that she would fire them on the spot. Now, that's not to say that you can't take good shots. Like, maybe you have a buddy or a friend or someone who's getting married, and you want to get a few shots on your phone, do it. But don't show up to, like, a photo shoot just with this guy, because he's not gonna, you know, he's not gonna outbid this, because this is more advanced. This has much more usage, and you get better pixels and so much clear images, and you can blow up images to an amazing amount of space by using the manual mode, which we've talked about before. But really, when it comes down to it, let me show you something really quickly. I wanted to show you guys the Lightroom app, because this is an amazing app. So this is a Lightroom right here, and you can see that it actually was wanting me to upload some stuff. But the coolest part about this is that after you upload the photo, you can easily go on here, you can discover, you can share your photos on this, and people can come across your photos and they're like, "Wow, that's an amazing shot." But, you know, I'm just gonna choose a random shot. Let me find one. We'll just do one of my family's dog. And so from here, so this is the dog. You guys have seen him. He's been in my videos before. His name's Ollie, or as we call him, Babwa. And you come right here. You see all these different settings. Like, I'm gonna pull that up right there. So you have the masking, the heading, the crop, the presets, the auto, the healing. Oh, actually, it wasn't heading, it was healing, excuse me. And then you can really just do amazing things. So you can, right here, for example, I can do exposure, I can go up, I can go down. So like that's really good right there. You can't really see too well because of the light. And then I can even do some contrast. So really, I'll even put this image like right up here so you guys can see the final review of it. And that's the great thing about Adobe. Like, I stand by Adobe products. I've been using them for years as a photographer. And this, when I came across this is actually the Adobe Lightroom app. It's actually the first editing app I actually used besides Instagram. You know, look, we all use Instagram. We've all done it. You watching this, you've done this. You've edited some of your shots on Instagram. But the great thing about Lightroom is that you can even take photos with your Lightroom app, and it just enhances your photos that much more clear. You know, I was talking about that portrait mode when you're wanting to update your dating profile or your Facebook profile or whatever it is, whatever profile you're wanting to update. You can really just bring those photos from your phone from that portrait mode and really just make them crisp, clear, and amazing in the Lightroom app. Now, if you got value out of this, make sure you give me a like, and I will see you in the next video.